Hi guys, Dr. Garda here with part 1 of our 5-part series on your functional core. Okay, so now remember, revisiting last week, how the muscles of your lower back and your quads are too tight, right? And your abdominal muscles and your hamstrings are too weak, right? The problem is that these muscular imbalances can contribute to lower back pain. Now the good news is that this week what we're going to do is we're going to help you fix these imbalances and help you to prevent or get rid of your low back pain. Okay, so we'll see in part 2. All right, part 2 on your functional core. All right, so we want to make fixing these muscular imbalances, we want to make it easy, right? So that it's something that you can stick to. So the first step is really easy. You're laying in bed asleep. You open your eyes, right? And you wake up. Now, what you do is you take a deep breath in, hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, extending your stomach out. Now purse your lips, breathe out. For 5 to 15 seconds. Do this 3 to 5 times. You'll be warmed up and ready for your next step. Okay, see you in part 3. Okay, part 3. Now we've done some deep breathing, warming up our core, and now while still lying in bed, we want to go ahead and do some hip raises. So just lift your hips up off the bed, and you hold it for 5 seconds, right? And then you bring your hips back down, and you grab a hold of your knees, and bring your knees into your chest, and you hold that for 5 seconds. And then go back and forth between hip raisers and stretching those knees to your chest, and do this 3 to 5 times. And what's going on is that you're gently stretching your lower back and your quads. And while you're working to strengthen your abs and your hamstrings. Okay, so now the next progression is in part 4. All right, thanks guys. Part 4 of our 5-part series on your functional core. All right, so now in our quest to balance the muscles of your core so that we can prevent or reduce lower back pain, we've run through a deep breathing exercise, warming up our core. We did hip raisers for our abs and our hamstrings, followed by knees to the chest, to stretch out your lower back and your quads. Now, the next progression is as easy as rolling out of bed. So, roll out of bed right now. Your knees and feet are on the floor, and you plant your right knee to the ground, and you plant your left hand under your left shoulder, and then you extend your left leg behind you, and while you reach out with your right hand in front of you. Okay. Now you hold that stretch out, really reach out, hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and then crunch that left knee in, and crunch that elbow in for 3 seconds. So then you extend and crunch for 3 to 5 cycles, and then repeat on the opposite side. So for me, this is definitely one of my favorite exercises, and believe me, I am no stranger to low back pain. So that's all for now. We'll see you in part 5. And the last in our series on your functional core. Okay, so now you're nicely warmed up, and it's time for an awesome abdominal exercise. Planks. So you lay face down on the floor, and you come up onto your elbows and your knees, and you hold that for 3 to 5 seconds. Now, if you're more advanced, you can come up onto your elbows and your feet. But keep in mind, and believe me, I know, that makes it a lot tougher, okay? So now you raise yourself up onto your knees, and then sit back and extend your arms in front of you, squat back into child's pose. And then you hold that for 10 to 15 seconds or more, and then you go back and forth. So an awesome stretch for your quads and lower back. Now go back and forth between the planks, strengthening your abs, and child's pose to stretch yourself out. But a word to the wise, if you suspect that your abdominal core is deconditioned, or if you find these planks difficult, build up slowly and just hold the planks for a second or two, because God knows I have been sore for a week when I decided I was going to try to be a hero. Thanks guys.